على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم. Bismillah. Okay, so today the Mia sisters are going to teach the third ayah of Surah Al-Waqiyah. Surah Al-Waqiyah, and they're like, and like they're basically sisters who are helping us Sunnahcampers to reach Jannah, inshallah. And they basically try to reach us every Ramadan. And then also, Zainab. And also Zainab, our 7-year-old Sunnahcamper, is going to be teaching something today. Okay, that's it, I guess. I'm sorry, I'm like super nervous.
You did such a good job. All right, Ikra's gonna share our screen there. Oops, my bad. All right, Aisha, whenever you're ready.
Assalamu alaikum. We are back with Ayah 3 from Surah Waqiyah. So let's get started. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Okay. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي اللهم ربنا زدنا علما.
Let's review the last 2 ayahs we have done.
Okay, so we learned about the Waqiyah, this grand event that will happen no matter what. Not one person can stop it. Not one person knows when it is, and not one person can stop it. So this should draw our attention to the unavoidable day when we will have to, like own up to the actions, what we did in this dunya.
And die.
We will already be dead by then, but yeah.
Yep, everything would go out. Every star would explode, including the sun. Mountain would.
And this waqa'ah, this occurrence,
the earth would
is
just
one where there will be no khatiba, meaning nobody, no soul will be able to deny it. This is what we learned yesterday, right? So no one will be able to, like, even the people who on this earth are like, oh, like astaghfirullah, there's no God, or like they don't believe. On that day, they won't be able to deny it. Their soul will not be able to deny what they're like, what's in front of them. Even if they want to, they won't be able to deny it. And when their eyes will witness the last hour, no one will be like, oh, this is all some special effects or anything. They will have to face the truth. So let's continue talking more about this day, specifically regarding us.
It will bring.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. إذا وقعت الواقعة ليس لوقعتها كاذبة خافضة رافعة.
All right, Aisha, what's the translation of this ayah?
It will bring down some and rise others.
Good. All right, now we'll begin. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala described this waqiyah, this day of judgment, as being two things, khafida and rafi'a, which are two opposite qualities basically. One of them means like it lowers, and the other means it raises or it elevates. So we'll start with khafida. Khafida is from like khafa dad, and khaft is to bring something down or to be down. Or it means like one that is low and one that brings low. And this can be like two ways. It can be physically, like to be low or to bring something down, or it can be, also mean to be down in like rank or status, stuff like that. And then the other quality Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala describes this event as being is rafia, which is the opposite of khafida. This, instead of like bringing down, this is to like bring something up, that which is high, or that which like raises high, makes something else high. So the Day of Judgment, these words can like be interpreted in many, many ways. So I'll share a few of them like right now. So the Day of Judgment, first of all, it will begin, as many of us know, with the sound of the trumpet. And this sound of the trumpet, it itself will begin as khafida. The sound will be very low, and then it will be rafia. It will become increased. It'll be really, really high. And it'll be so high in a sense that no one can ignore that sound. It will increase until the entire resurrection, until the entire like Day of Judgment initially takes place. And this waqiyah will also cause some people, like people are themselves, to khafida, and then others to rafia. So for example, some people on that day, it will bring them down, meaning on that day, some people will be so humiliated that they'll like be brought lower. And then other people, for example, the believers, they will be raised up and they will be honored and elevated on that Day of Judgment. So that's another way. But not only with people, but also the creations of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as well. Things that we see that are high today, like, for example, I don't know who said it, but someone said something about the stars exploding or the sun, something like that. I don't know who it was though, but that's actually part of the lesson. Things that are high today, like even the sun or the stars, even the mountains, they will all fall and everything will become flat. And then similarly, big oceans that we see right now will rise. Even people, like the people who are in the graves right now, they'll also be like raised from their graves. So initially, from this ayah, we learned that which was high will become low, and that which was low will become high, and everything will be brought down. And this is to show, this will be basically so that only the greatness and the glory of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will be visible. Now, I kind of did a little brief thing, and now Ikra's gonna talk more about khafida and rafia in terms of people on the Day of Judgment.
Okay, so in terms of people, there's those who don't have iman and do kufr, they will be humiliated. But in this dunya, they are very impressive. But all of that, it'll be nothing, absolutely nothing in the hereafter. So you may have like, I don't know if you've ever heard this, but you might have heard someone say, you don't take any of your wealth with you to the grave. That's true. Any of these like worldly things, they may make you feel super superior here and amazing, but then you'll be faced with utter humiliation and regret. They'll be faced with utter humiliation and regret for like how they lived their lives, how they led their lives in ignorance. And the believers, they will be exalted on that day. They'll be laughing at the disbelievers, opposite to how it is in the dunya, right? Like, you know, maybe at school, the people who do bad things will laugh at you like, oh, you're boring. But on that day, it'll be the opposite. The believers will be laughing at them because they'll be humiliated. They'll be like, oh, why didn't I spend my time better? Why did I not listen? It's like when you're at like a sports competition and you win. You have the first place gold medal. You're standing on the podium. You have your head held up high. But the person who lost, they are sitting in a corner and they are like weeping and they're sad and their head is like, they're looking at the ground. They're staring at the ground because they can't face the reality of that loss, right? The honor of this dunya is not real honor. It means nothing. Similarly to the disgrace of this dunya is not real disgrace. So if anyone who calls you boring for doing the right thing, that doesn't really mean anything. It's just a baseless word. And that the humiliation on that day that those people will feel is the greatest humiliation. That person is doomed. They're done for. They're losers. But for those people who believe, they will have the ultimate success, ultimate honor. As Michelle was talking about, right? They'll have Rafi, that their heads will be held up high, Rafia, their heads will be held up high. They'll be proud and happy. Okay.
Is the class done yet?
Almost.
All right, Aisha, do you want to start off with the hadith?
Yes. The Prophet
Is
Muhammad.
the class is done?
Not yet, just be patient.
The Prophet Muhammad SAW said the arrogant people will be gathered on the day of judgment in the form of small ants.
Exactly. So like this is kind of like what Ikra said. Basically, humiliation will be surrounding them everywhere. And they will be brought like so low that they will be trampled on by others on the day of judgment, which is something to think about.
No, subhanAllah. Okay, so let's recap what Sister Michelle taught us, right? The Waqiyah is a significant event that will happen on the Day of Judgment. And Allah describes it as having two opposite qualities, khafida and rafia. Khafida means to bring something down or below, as Mishi said, like they will be like ants. Or you can think of it in like not even a being about people. The mountains, they'll crumble like dust, they'll be gone, flattened. While rafia means to be high or raise something up. So like the mountains are right now, they'll be turned into khafid. And those people who are good in this dunya, their heads, they'll be rafia. On the Day of Judgment, the sound of the trumpet will start low and gradually increase until it becomes very loud and high, signaling the beginning of that day. The Waqiyah will cause some people to be honored and elevated, as I said, while others will be humiliated and brought down, which is quite scary, right? Like you'll feel so embarrassed that you can't even like lift your head up. This applies not only to people, as we discussed, but also to the creation of Allah. So as someone said earlier, the stars are going to explode and the mountains will crumble. And during the Waqiyah, the things that are high today will fall. The oceans will rise and people will be raised from their graves. That which was once high will become low and vice versa. So ultimately, the only greatness and glory of Allah will remain visible. So therefore, the Waqiyah is a reminder of Allah's power and the importance of living a righteous life to prepare for the Day of Judgment. Because that glory you may feel right now will be literally absolutely nothing on that day. If anything, it will be the opposite, as we discussed. So it's better to lay low right now and maybe be called a loser, maybe be boring. But on that day, you want to be able to hold your head up high and not be one of those who is khafida, who's so embarrassed and humiliated, right? And now I'll pass it on to Aisha.
What did you learn today?
Anyone?
I don't understand anything.
I learned that basically in Yom al-Qiyamah, the people that is good deeds in life, their heads will be risen up and they'll like look positively in Yom al-Qiyamah. And I learned the people that did wrong in the dunya, their heads will look down. Their heads will be look down and devastated in Yom al-Qiyamah.
Yeah, that's amazing. A really great recap. Anam, you don't have to raise your hand. You can talk.
Ask Anam.
wanna that or have what to call. I don't know how to pronounce the name of it.
You can try. Which word? Like the one that starts with a K or R?
It starts with a K.
Qafida?
Yeah, K. I think that it is called.
Yeah.
That I learned that kafira means that the disbelievers will be embarrassed and their heads will be down, and the believers' heads will be up, and there will be.
Wow. Amazing. Good job. Thank you for sharing.
Wonderful.
Anyone else? Jazakallah, Anam. That was beautiful. Anyone?
No. I think we're good to move on.
Okay.
Jazakallah khair for coming to see the Mia squad.
Today was such a beautiful and impactful lesson. Hopefully you all enjoyed it as much as we did. Assalamu alaikum, everyone.
Yeah, Mia out.
Salama.
Bye. Thank you
Bye.
for the class.
Wait, don't leave yet. We have a surprise for you.
Bye-bye.
I didn't leave.
Stop sharing your screen.
I didn't leave yet.
Lara,
Bye.
you can take the mic, Lara.
Okay, thank you so much, Mia Sisters, for that amazing class. And now I believe Zainab wants to teach something.
No.
Zainab. Takbir.
Allahu Akbar.
Assalamu alaikum, everybody. I'm Zainab, and I'm gonna teach about somebody very special, and her name is Khadija Raziyallahu Ta'ala Anhu, and she was born in 556 in the blessed city of Mecca. So she is very special. She's very special. In fact, there is a lot of things about her. She is a builder of a nation. And from her body, we don't know much. Like, we don't know her eye color, and we don't know how she looks like. But we all know that she is a businesswoman. She was a woman of honor, of her word, support, and character. And she was married before marrying the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. She became widow when her husband died. A lot of men wanted to marry her, but she said no. And after many years, when she saw Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam take care of her business, she decided she wanted to marry him because he was so trustworthy. Even if she was very rich and he was very he was not rich like her, she did not mind. Ali Raziyallahu Ta'ala Anhu said that Khadija Raziyallahu Ta'ala Anhu was the best woman of her time. She is so unique that even Allah sent her salam with Jibreel alayhi salam. She will have the best house in Jannah. You guys know why? Because she had a very strong belief. When Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam came back from Cave Hira after the first revelation, he was so scared and confused. He told her the story, and right away she believed him, and she became the first person to accept Islam. That is why she is the nation leader a nation builder because she always supported Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. That's it for the day, and inshallah we can continue another day. Allah Hafiz. Bye.
Oh, mashallah.
MashaAllah,
That
very
was
nice.
so awesome, mashallah.
Oh,
Ma.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Hafiz.
See you guys.
Bye.
Bye.
My brother